Apple Inc., founded in Silicon Valley by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, became a major technological player in the early 1980s and dominated the PC market by the turn of the century. Since its birth, Apple has maintained its position as the frontrunner of new technology. Apple revolutionized the idea of the PC in a domestic environment and reformed the role of computers in a contemporary society. Technological advancements, cultural statements, and social synergy redefined Apple as a tech company and sparked positive reaction from the public in regards to technology. Everything, including computers, has a beginning. The first computer ever developed was the Harvard Mark I in 1944. The machine weighed 5 tons. Clearly, a new and efficient method was needed to domesticate the computer into the lives of everyday people. Apple, content on achieving this goal, released a very simple device, the Apple I, in 1976. Soon followed the Apple II, Apple III, and the Lisa, all of which were great computers for their time, but not affordable enough to rival those of other corporations. A captivating new software called Mac Paint. Now with the Mac's high-resolution graphics and easy-to-use interface, users were able to implement art into the world of technology. Suddenly, computer screens glowed with the luminescence of reds, greens, and purples, in contrast to the bleak and insipid blacks and grays of traditional computing. Mac Paint was notable because it could generate graphics that could be used by other applications. Using the mouse, pictures could be cut from Mac Paint and pasted into MacWrite documents. For the first time ever, users were able to edit and manipulate certain pictures with shapes and colors, personalizing art and technology. The Macintosh allowed for users to trust in their device with a one-to-one feature, giving users the knowledge that elaborate designs and colors displayed on the screens were the products guaranteed when printed. Additionally, the Macintosh gave users the freedom to view high-definition photos and pictures. Photos could also be uploaded onto the Mac with the ability to view, edit, and create beautiful works of art with a few simple clicks of the mouse. Although outwardly beautiful and appealing, the Macintosh was also appealing on-screen and during use. Instead of entering hieroglyphic code in order to set up a command, the Mac's GUI was icon-based, which meant that every icon symbolized a document or application. Unique icons such as the trash can symbolized documents scheduled for deletion, while the mouse's double-click feature standardized a way for all the GUIs to launch a specific program. The mouse also proved vital to the popular growth of the Mac's GUI. The idea of drag and drop allowed users to manipulate files by selecting a group of files with the mouse and dragging them over to a new folder for copying. The concept of windows and the ability to manipulate and move these windows was also introduced to the public with Macs. Because the GUI was easy to navigate, common people could adeptly be acquainted to the world of technology. Apple's primary goal, according to Steve Wozniak, was to remove the technology. Apple, with its reputation to make things better, did just that with the mouse. They implemented it into the introduction of the Mac in 1984. The mouse, being easy to use and recognizable, pushed Apple ahead in terms of public satisfaction because it brought a novel device never before seen to the public. The mouse was recognizable, versatile, and a joy to use, which is why it set a high standard for other computing companies and why the device altered not only how computers were dealt with, but also the level of innovation the public now expected. Although the mouse was simple and easy to use, it was also tactical and represented a direct relationship between the product and the consumer. Simplicity and design were the two main components of Apple's goals as a company. By introducing a simple one-button device with the sole purpose of aiding ambitious users, Apple captured the attention of the public and truly personalized the way people interacted with their computers. The Macintosh and other Apple computers became an extension of the individual. Technology was now seen as common and personalized in look and interaction. Apple drastically changed the technological world with the versatility and ease of use of the Mac. However, Apple also drastically affected the 20th and 21st century culture through the shape and style of its products, as well as how it presented itself as a company. For example, the iPod was a device that transcended both art and technology. According to Steve Jobs, the iPod has helped millions of people around the world to rekindle their passion for music. Whether it was its sleek, all-white design, its 1 gig storage, or its famous one-touch click wheel, the iPod captured the imagination and passion of the public through its simple shape, color, and versatility. As Apple grew as a company, so did its followers and its reputation. By releasing more innovative products, Apple became a symbol of wealth, uniqueness, and independence. For example, by seeing Apple's white signature headphones on the street, it was suddenly cool to be an Apple person. The iMac, released in 1999, completely changed how people viewed the physical appearance of computers. The color of the first iMac computer was called Bondi Blue, named after the gorgeous blue waters of Sydney's Bondi Beach. Steve Jobs once said how it looks so good you kind of want to lick it. The Times once said that the iMac is the company's greatest triumph, retro and futuristic at the same time. By implementing color into computing, Apple was able to juxtapose the uniqueness and individuality of the user with ample abilities of the device. The 13 flavors of the iMac and iBook ranged from Bondi Blue to Flower Power. This made Apple products inviting as well as personalized for the user. After the success of the first iPod, Apple designed a new set of colored iPods called Minis, designed to visually stimulate the user as well as represent the preferences and character of the individual. People saw what they wanted to see in Apple products. They embodied American culture, the freedom of choice for the individual, rather than the Orwellian state of mind stereotypically envisioned about technology. The Apple logo also transcended marketing and advertisement through simplicity and connection to people's thoughts. At Apple, the choice for the company's logo was not chosen by accident. Jobs and Wozniak came up with the name and logo because they believed something simple and widely known to the public would appeal more to people's interests rather than something scholarly and complex. According to Jobs, the name sounded fun, spirited, and not intimidating, an edge off the word computer. Mark Markula, who would become the first chairman of the new company, once said how, "It doesn't make sense, so it forces your brain to dwell on it. Apples and computers, that doesn't go together, so it helped us grow brand awareness." Apple also affected social life and marketing by opening the first Apple Store in Tysons Corner, Virginia in 2001. Rather than being protective and showcasing new technologies through a shielded barrier, Apple decided to display each product by allowing people to physically test each device. This ideology juxtaposed well with Apple's notion to connect with the public because the Apple Store focused on touch, uniqueness, and versatility, all ideas represented through each innovative device. Within the Apple Store, the company also focused heavily on customer service and satisfaction with the Genius Bar. Rather than using an outside source to restore products, people are now able to simply go to the closest Genius Bar located directly in each Apple Store. The Genius Bar provided experts with ample knowledge regarding technological problems, a revolutionary method to aid customers because all in-store repairs were carried out by geniuses, professionals specially trained to deal with certain problems regarding Apple products. Finally, Apple obtained a positive reaction from the people and a want for Apple products through advertisement. The 1984 commercial aired during the third quarter of the 1984 Super Bowl. The commercial identified the Macintosh with an ideology of empowerment, a vision that the PC could be used as a tool to combat conformity and assert individuality. In the 1970s, PCs were seen as useful tools, utilitarian objects used to complete very specific tasks. With the introduction of the 1984 commercial, people aimed to revolutionize PCs as full-fledged commodities that represented hope, ambition, and American culture. The 1984 commercial was what established the framework through which people made sense of the Mac and eventually all computers. According to Professor Ted Friedman, ever since that commercial, the Mac has glowed with an aura of rebellion and empowerment. Without that commercial, those subsequent developments might not have been possible. The ad was able to successfully articulate the ideals and anxieties of its audience and eradicate any sense of fear and trepidation toward technology. The ad appealed to viewers' fears and frustrations in the information age by offering a utopian alternative.